Guys, what's going on? I hope you're all well. Guys, Keith Thurman makes an outlandish remark. He says, I want Errol Spence at the end of 2020. And now he's made an excuse of him not being popular. He says Errol Spence needs to get more popular. Errol Spence has just been involved in a pay-per-view fight that's done nearly 400,000 pay-per-view buys. Now, I understand that, Errol Spence wasn't the main reason behind those pay-per-view numbers. Mikey Garcia has a huge fan base. But I believe Keith Thurman's never even been on pay-per-view. This is the first time he's going to be on pay-per-view against Manny Pacquiao, I think. And he's saying that Errol Spence needs to get more popular. Is he trying to say that he's already a household name and Errol Spence needs to grow? But he's just saying that Errol Spence needs to grow his name and brand. But that's not an excuse. Errol Spence v Keith Thurman is never going to be a Joshua Wilder or a Spence Crawford. People just want to see all of these guys unify. Keith Thurman now is not even regarded as the best welterweight in the world. He may in his head think he is, but people want to see Spence Crawford. That's the fight people want to see. Keith Thurman's no longer anybody's pick of being the best welterweight fight for anybody. Now, he's fighting Pacquiao. Many people think he won't get through that, but I think it's a very outlandish remark for him to say that Errol Spence needs to get more popular. And that fight needs to happen at the end of 2020. I think it's just more excuses from Keith Thurman not to fight Errol Spence. It's actually ludicrous that he's come out with a statement like that. Now, before he was saying, I'm not ready, I need to be ready, and I will fight Spence when the fight's time's right. Now he's using Spence's popularity to kind of not make the fight. I just think that's ridiculous when Errol Spence has already been on pay-per-view, done 400,000 pay-per-view buys in one of his fight, and Keith Thurman is saying to him that you need to get more popular. I think it's just, again, another excuse from Keith Thurman not to make the fight happen. I think Keith Thurman, for me, he's very articulate. He talks a lot. He knows how to get himself out of trouble through the use of words. But I don't think the fans are going to give him any respite on this. You can't fight Manny Pacquiao, right? And then say, I don't want to fight Errol Spence till late 2020. It just doesn't make sense. How can you go into a fight with Manny Pacquiao and say you're ready for Pacquiao, but you're not ready for Errol Spence? People just don't want to hear that. Errol Spence has to be Keith Thurman's next fight. Really, you can't say that 2020. That's ridiculous. If Keith Thurman does that, then he's ducking Spence. It's as simple as that. He's afraid. Because you can't fight Manny Pacquiao and then not want to fight Errol Spence till end of 2020. How does that make sense? Who's he going to fight next? It just doesn't make sense. If you beat Manny Pacquiao, are you going to shield your WBA World Welterweight title when Spence and Porter are unifying? I give Porter a lot of respect because Porter's not about the business and about the money. He's about making it happen. And he's going into a unification fight with Spence. Now, Thurman needs to grow a pair and get in the ring with Errol Spence or Terence Crawford. The only fights I want to hear Keith Thurman talk about, if he's able to get successful against Pacquiao, right, is Crawford and Thurman. Crawford and Spence. Anything else, for me, is not acceptable because we want to see one champion. We want to see an undisputed champion in the welterweight division. We don't want to. We want to see who's the undisputed champ, either who's the best welterweight in the world. And if Keith Thurman puts a stop at that, he deserves a lot of criticism. He deserves a lot of stick. We don't want to hear if you beat Pacquiao, that means you're more than ready to fight Spence or Crawford. Stop making excuses and making that just shows that Thurman doesn't want the fight. And Thurman, for me, is ducking him because you can't keep making excuses like that. He needs to be more popular. The fight between you and Spence is never going to be a Mayweather-Pacquiao. You're never going to be making millions and millions and millions. You're going to be making good money for it. I'm pretty sure both are going to get paid well, but you're not going to be getting paid unless you wait 5 years' time and both of you keep winning and end up building a name for yourself. That's going to take ages. The fans want to see the fight now. And Thurman, if he beats Pacquiao, he has to fight Crawford or Spence next. Otherwise, he's ducking, you know. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think of what Thurman's had to say. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.